the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, May 6th. We've got Major League Baseball on tap. It's Wednesday. We've got day games. Have half the card here getting going, underway here in just a couple of hours. And we got, of course, tonight, NBA action, NHL action off of exciting night last night. Hopefully the winners were yours. So get ready to go here on the Morning Steam Show on the News Sports Money Network. I want to say hello to everyone joining me here in the chat, and everyone is going to join me in making some picks here over the next hour and a half or so. I think we got a nice card here with 4 playoff games and the baseball here, 15 games to go over. And there's tennis action underway. Man, heavy action here on the tennis scene. Hopefully you're riding with me so far over on the Sports Money Network with some of my premium plays here overnight. We're looking pretty good here. We've already come home with several winners here on the men's side. We had Kopriva there over Marosan early on to get the morning rolling. Then we had Sebastian Baez over Brooksby, brought home a winner there. We're trying to bring home Ugo Carabelli and Shevchenko, but this one's a little tougher. I don't know if Carabelli's going to quite do it for us there, but good other matches underway also on the women's side as well here this morning. So we're underway in Rome here this week. So, yeah, we had some winners over there this morning on the premium side. So check me out here. We'll go over there maybe in just a moment, see what's going on with some of the matches here. See some of them ending right now. So pretty good morning of tennis so far. Enjoyable. And we just saw Grant upset Pagano here in a matchup of Italian players there. A little bit of an upset there, I think, there with Pagano, with Grant over Pagano there. There she is, the Italian, with the win. All right, good to see everybody here. We'll review the action as well. Hanfman about to serve for the match here in his match against Hurkacz here right now. Yes, it looks like Hanfman probably will beat Hurkacz here. All right. Hey, good to see everybody. Good night last night. Let's recap some of the action and get rolling. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat here real quick. We're getting rolling. Got to stay on top of the game. Ixniz was here to start the day off, bringing the heat. Says let's have a day. And great job by the guys last night as well here on the channel, bringing home a show late afternoon. We didn't have too long of a show, but hey, the games were kind of in a little tight window there yesterday with a good job, NBA. We've got 2 games. Let's just overlap them, even though one's kind of a Western Conference game. Let's just play them at the same time. That didn't make any sense. Johnny Walker is here. Bobby Max ready to go. Andrew K ready to play here in the chat. And also, let's see there. What else? Ron Bork. Hey, Ron Borkwin is here. Nick Handy is here as well. Great to see everyone there in the chat. Ann Razor's here this morning, checking up on me, making sure I wake up, get the show on, don't screw anything up here with our new Sports Money Network. Rex 1759, good morning. And also, let's see here. You can get more picks from me every day over at winnable.com/Ramon. I've got those picks up there right now ready to go. If you want a little more tennis action, there's a lot of tennis here still to come. We're barely halfway through the card here today. So join me over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. We had some winners yesterday as well. I went 1-1 my college plays, but did have Auburn on the run line over UAB. Had a winner in Major League Baseball with the Padres, but could only manage 1-2 with the premiums there yesterday. And also, you can always get my Cover the Spread show over there when you subscribe here on the Sports Money Network. All right, let's take a look at some of the action here from yesterday and recount some of the games here from Tuesday night. We had action in the NBA, of course, to get things rolling here, and it was the Detroit Pistons with the win over the Cleveland Cavaliers last night, as the Pistons were able to rock here 110 to 101. I'm sorry, I apologize here on the show. I think I said yesterday it was going to be 110 to 102. So I think I missed it by 1 point. I don't know if that's what I said. I said something like that, 112 to 100, 112 to 1. I think I said 110 to 102 in that one. Doesn't matter. I'm just having some fun. But it was the Pistons getting the win here on the Morning Steam. We did have the under as our winner there yesterday. Make no mistake, as the game goes under. Cade Cunningham, 23 points. Tobias Harris, 20 points in the Detroit win. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell combined for 45 points in the loss there yesterday. But no doubt, Detroit gets that win over Cleveland. Also, Western Conference, like we said, well, play at the same time, but I did go with the Lakers. Hey, my bad on that. Actually, I don't think it was totally. It's a blowout, right? 18 points. The spread was 15. I mean, the Lakers were never going to cover. I'm not making excuses or saying they ever had a chance. I don't think they're done in this series against Oklahoma City. I think they can find a win here somewhere, hopefully, sometime right now. But in that one, it was Oklahoma City 108 to 90. The Thunder bombed the Lakers basically for the fifth time in a row. In game one, Chet Holmgren, 24 points and 12 rebounds, including 18 points in the first half. SGA, 18 points. Really wasn't that good, and that's scary. When you think about it, because, if he gets hot. But Oklahoma City, 13 threes, shot 49%, and the Thunder defense had forced 17 turnovers, blocked 7 shots. LeBron James, 27 points. But Austin Reeves and Marcus Smart combined for 7 of 31. So the Thunder lead that series 1-0, and we'll get ready to preview tonight with the Knicks leading 1-0, coming off that 39-point win over Philadelphia, and the Spurs and Minnesota, as the Spurs try to regroup after losing game 1 to Minnesota. How will it work out? We'll preview here on the Morning Steve. Also, NHL action here from Tuesday, and it was Colorado rocking Minnesota 5-2. The Avs lead the series 2-0, and it did go over. But we were on Minnesota here on the show. But did mention there yesterday, Mikey had that great stat that the over was 19-8. He said when teams scored 10 points or more in a playoff game, they came back and went over in 19 of the next 27 times that occurred. So great call by Mike on the show there yesterday, and did go over eventually 5-2. Colorado did rock Minnesota. Man, they look good, don't they? We'll preview the games today. McKinnon and Landeskog did score early, but we'll preview today Montreal and Buffalo. We got an Adams division showdown as the two surprise teams of the NHL Playoffs have to play each other. Oh, no. And then the Ducks in Vegas is a match of two high-powered offenses. tonight. We'll preview that one in just a few minutes. Get ready to go. All right, and let's see a few more folks filing in. We recap the baseball too and see how it went. Blake is here. Good morning. And I guess I made young Jake mad. No, I don't. Terrell says, good morning. So much for that 3-2 Padres game there yesterday. Good morning to Pops in the chat as well. And thanks, Razor, there, pumping me up. And let's see, Austin Reeves. Lakers just didn't have a complete game going on. Andrew's ready for some early baseball. Rex going to take those Cardinals. We'll preview the baseball here in just a moment. Lots of run. Did the salami go over? Did the salami go over? Ron says, man, OKC's good. Are they going to win the championship again? If Oklahoma City wins, I did put more on. I wasn't a moron, and I put more on them. And before it was if Oklahoma City won the championship, that I was going to only break even. But I said, you know what, Oklahoma City probably is going to win the championship. Let me put a little more on them here. So basically did that to show I need either Detroit, San Antonio, or OKC. And if it's Detroit or San Antonio, I'm not going to win as much as I was going to because once Boston was eliminated, I came in and put more on OKC. So, you know what? You guys, sometimes when you don't have it perfect and you're not going to take the big score down like I maybe was going to, we'll see. I got Detroit as my big payday here in the playoffs. They'd have to upset. I'd probably cash out because I don't know if I think Detroit could beat OKC, but if those two get into it, we'll find a little profit anyway for the season. And these are tune-up fights for OKC. Speaking of fights, it does look like there was a scheduled fight between I don't know if it was scheduled, but Manny Pacquiao was going to fight Floyd Mayweather. Do you recall this? And they were talking about it. And having a fight in the Sphere. They were going to fight in the Sphere on September 19th. That was the planned date. They were going to have a fight in the Sphere. And the Eagles' residency was announced. And, well, the Eagles' residency is playing on September 19th. So I don't know unless they're going to have the fight the same, maybe the Eagles could, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, and the fight can be on the other side, in the Sphere. I don't know. As you sit there and I don't think they could do it. That'd be too hard. You can't have a fight and the concert at the same time. All right. Hey, you know who's ready for yesterday? He's happy. He's excited. AOD there. And Terrell says, I don't like those fights. I don't like those type of fights, where they're just going for the money grab, right? Floyd, right? And these guys are 50 years old. Who really wants that? All right, I guess that might be it for the... Now, let me do some baseball here real quick. Let a few more people come in. We got a nice crowd already. Probably should just go. But let me read off the baseball winners from yesterday and then, kind of cover some of the preview with it here as we talk some little baseball results here from Tuesday, because we did have some morning steam results. It was the Phillies over the A's. Bryce Harper, home run. And Bryce Harper, a big day. He was the easiest on the board, it felt like, for the home run props yesterday, didn't it? And Harper there. We didn't have the winner here on the show. I was on the A's run line, but I just want to mention that Harper. Everybody was talking Harper home run yesterday, and he did it twice, right? Home run and 2-run home run for Philadelphia. They rocked the A. Also, Orioles got the best of the Marlins there. We did have the over here on the show yesterday as the Orioles beat the Marlins 9-7. Marlins came all the way back to tie it at 7-all. Sandy wasn't quite it, Bassett was okay, and the final was 9-7. Sam Basillo, single, double, triple, no home run. 4 RBIs, but Sam was the hero in that one, but they'll come back and play today. Red Sox, Rafaela, 3-run home run for the Sox. There was a little fight in there, I think, wasn't there? The Sox hit 3 home runs. Boston improved to 15-21. There we had the over yesterday here on the show with the Red Sox and the Tigers. Yes, we did. Also, Tampa Bay, they did it again. We had them here on the show as they were able to beat Toronto again. Man, Tampa Bay, they're 24-13. They practically don't even lose. Man, they're playing hot right now. Only the Yankees can keep Tampa Bay down. Washington lost to the Twins. We talked Byron Buxton yesterday, and he did it, and we did it. We had the Twins with the winner yesterday. 3-run home run for Buxton. We talked about how he's playing very, very well this year. You know, he's been very, very good through his career, almost a little bit unheralded and overshadowed. Maybe he'll have a really a great year here for Buxton. We'll see. He's picking it up. Yankees. Where are they? There they are. Over Texas. We had the Rangers there. Kind of wanted to go with a dog, but Cody Bellinger, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and the Yankees beat Texas in that one. Cubs over the Reds. Michael Busch, a home run and an RBI single for that one, and the Cubs were able to win it, but they only won by 1 run there. We had the over on the show. Cleveland and the Royals. Mike Massey, 2-run home run for Kansas City. That's Mike Massey, not to be confused with Ron Hassey. Royals over the Guardians there yesterday, and they were able to get it done. I think we pushed in that one. I think we had the total right on 8, and I think it pushed. A couple of rainouts included. Cardinals and Brewers, Mets and Rockies. They'll play today. I think it's the same pitching matchups. No doubleheader despite that. Tomorrow, I don't know which one it is, but tomorrow they'll make up the game on an off day, and then one of the other matchups will play in a couple of months. I believe they've rescheduled for the summer. Atlanta and Seattle there last night, and we did have the Braves. We had them on the show. Mikey Money had them also on the pre-gaming show there yesterday, and the Braves got the win and improved to 26-11. Is that right? Oh my goodness! And Arizona and the Pirates, Diamondbacks, cruise 9-0. In that one, yeah, we had the Diamondbacks here on the Morning Steam show yesterday to knock out the Pirates. And you know who else did? Mikey Money. He had him as well. I'm pretty sure he had Arizona there with his sports money premiums. Also, let's see Angels. Can't forget the Angels, as we had a winner there at the under in that game as the Halos got it done. Soler, Neto, Trout all hit solo home runs there in that one, and the Angels got the win. We had the under as a winner also. Dodgers lost to the Astros 2-1. We lost that one. I think we had the we had the under. Yes, we had the under 2-1. We did have a winner in that one. Shohei Ohtani pitched well, but got out-dueled a little bit by Lambert. You know, Ohtani doesn't bat when he pitches, and probably a good idea. You know, he's in an 0-for-15 slump right now with no home runs in the last 18 games, 69 at-bats without a home run. Kike Hernandez going to a rehab outing. He could join the lineup here soon. Christian Walker hit a home run. Ohtani had 8 Ks, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs there in that one, but the Astros hit a couple home runs off him to win. And my Padres last night over the Giants there, getting it done. The Friars got 4 runs there early against Logan Webb and Xander Bogaerts. Home run, Miguel Andujar, a single, double, triple, no home run. Walker Buehler gave up 4 runs early, settled down, retired 10 in a row, and the Padres win. Lucas Giolito, rehab start, San Antonio, about ready to go. Also, Matsui is activated from the Padres to join that bullpen. All right, that's a look there, so I didn't think that was too bad. All right, I think we're ready to go. More folks have been coming in here, so we're ready here, and going to talk sports and sports betting with you here on a Wednesday. Seeing if we missed anybody here, and want to make sure I say hello to everyone. And Ron Borkwin says, "Hey, we got the snow coming in. We might not get that one in. Let's go to the previews here right now and get rolling on the show with our NBA coverage. Get ready. The way the show works is I like to preview each game, tell you what I think, maybe even make a pick or two, and then we hear from you in the chat, and the chat all-stars give me their opinion. I flash it up here on the screen, and you can become the star of the day. All right, get rid of this. 76ers and Knicks here on Wednesday night. Eastern Conference game number 2 after the Knicks, we said they won by $1 million there in the first game. That's all right. Philadelphia, hey, bad on me, right? I liked Philly in that game, and I said, I think Philly, despite the fact that they're coming in off of a total fatigue loss, right? They were a fatigue victory, right? They were coming off that 7-game series. The Knicks were totally rested. I still thought Philadelphia could do that. Was a bad idea. But maybe they can in this game now. Now that the Knicks have just played, yes, Philadelphia still could be kind of tired. Just 2 days later, they just had a grueling series. The Knicks did have that rest. And the Knicks, 4 straight wins here right now after the win in game 1, 137-98. It did go over in that one, but I think the tide will turn a little bit as far as the, I don't know if we'll see 135 points or anything like that from the Sixers. Know they're going to play some defense in this game. The Sixers can play the Knicks defensively. Look, remember, both teams won on each other's home court twice. Basically, the road team won all the games in the regular season between the two teams. Now, Knicks are at home here, and they dictated the matchup for sure, and they kind of own Philly, even though Philly did win the 2 games this year. Knicks are 10-2 against the spread the last 12 in this series, and 7-1 against the spread at home in this series. So they've owned the matchup for sure. 8-2 straight up in the last 10. So that's a dominance a little bit. The Knicks' physical half-court defense is kind of taken away Philly's primary actions right now and forced a lot of bad looks in that game offensively. But again, Philly had to be tired, fatigued, and Joel Embiid. We know how hard he played in that game 7, and maybe didn't look the part there. But Philly recently 5-2 against the spread. Could say that obviously was a little bit a weaker opponent there in this series. I don't want to kidding though. I'm talking about the Boston Celtics, but against this Knicks defense, they're getting squeezed here right now. They're going to have to play it a little closer to the vest. They're going to play much better defensively here. Going to have to keep them under 130. That's for sure. I think they can. I mean, this is these are familiar rivals. I mean, I don't think it's going to be another blowout. I really don't. I know there's going to be some in the chat. They're probably going to lay this number here at 6.5. That's okay. I would think here trends heavily favor the under for Philly. 11 under, 4 over in their last 15 games. And maybe that's how this series should be played if Philadelphia wants to get back in it and have a chance. If you go by the metrics in the postseason so far now, granted, the Knicks dominated Atlanta. They really did, so the stats may be a little bit skewed, but the Knicks are by far the most efficient team so far in the playoffs. Of course, they rolled that series. Remember, Atlanta won their 2 games by only 1 point. So even though the Knicks have trended over recently, there's been a little bit of a open flow, if you will, in those games, right? Beaten up on Atlanta by 51 points. Remember the ugly game, and then also had beaten them by 29, by 16. So maybe a little bit different. I think the Sixers know they have to close this up right now. And look, I think they can do it, but Philly's comfortable, kind of grinding a game a little bit. The game script kind of favors the game here. Probably, I would think under would be the call, but I'm going to go with Philly. I'm going to take the points again. I can't learn my lesson. Just like points in the playoffs, I guess. But I think they'll close the margin up. That was a pretty embarrassing loss. Any team's bound to get fired up. Philadelphia, they're in the Final Four of the Eastern Conference here. Let me go to the chat. I'm on Philly. So, all right, let's see who's in there. Dylon in there today. Man, Dylon, I'm glad that Dylon and Nick got a little respite there yesterday. The other guys came through with a show. And, we're going to have that show hopefully every night. If those guys aren't there, someone else will be there. And we saw last night with Razor and Mikey in there, and who else? Oh God, who else was joining them? Yes, I'll go. If we don't have, I'll go. I'll be there too. Chris Warren's here. He wants 7 points. Says you got the zigzag maybe here. Division opponents, right? And Mitch Rob, watch out, Mitch Rob. Under for Chris Warren here. The Knicks have a bad record in Team 2's the Brunson era. Brunson, hey, if you had to pick an MVP of the playoffs, be Brunson, right? Anybody questioning that? Robert here is on the Sixers plus 7.5. He's going to take it up there a little bit. Oh, no, man, look at – do I have some stale line on screen from when I typed it in last night? And fix it, Ramon. If you're going to take the Sixers, at least give yourself an extra point here. 7.5 pretty much everywhere. The total is climbing here. I want to say it's 215.5, but I'm also seeing some 216 right now. So, all right, give me another point. I might need it here. It's 7.5 pretty much across the board, except over here at my new sports book, the Boomers sports book that I'm playing at. But let me keep rolling with the chat here a little bit. Let me see what else we got. Razor says Philadelphia 5-2 in their last 7 games on the road against the Knicks. Yeah, real interesting, right? The Knicks won both regular season games at Philly. Philly won both regular season games at the Knicks. And again, I really think the deciding factor in Game 1 was the fatigue issue. I mean, they had shot their proverbial load. Andrew here. We'll see Maxey shooting and beat on Hart. And great analysis here from Andrew. 9 Legacy, Sixers money line, but Timberwolves on the spread tonight. And Dylon said, it was Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo all wrapped up into one. So we had to give him a day off. Dylon, he celebrates those Mexican holidays in Canada, okay? Taco Tuesday. Trump always chickens out. The war is going to be over, they said this morning. They've been saying that every day, haven't they? All right, Andrew, a little more analysis here. Nick's got to keep pushing the pace, make Embiid run, because he's always that way. But I see that's where I think it changes a little bit here. Shevchenko over Ugo Carabelli here. Final just in on the tennis scene there. I think that is a loser there for us in the premiums, but that's okay. We're doing okay here today. Ron Borkman will take the Sixers as well. And I think that's it from the crew in the chat. Let's keep it moving. I'm on the Sixers. I'm playing them. I'm taking them. All right. Next up. All right, the Timberwolves are taking on the Spurs here. The Spurs, of course, are favored in this one. In fact, this line has gone up too to 10. Now, a lot of it could be based here. We're seeing reports, sure. Did Anthony Edwards play last game? 25 minutes, 18 points, did a pretty good job. But he's on the injured list today still with the same injury. He was dead. He was dead there yesterday in game one in the fourth quarter. He couldn't even move hardly. So he might have really gone a little bit overboard and maybe just sore enough that the knee is going to give him problems here today. Dosunmu is questionable as well. Carter Bryant questionable for the Spurs. You'd have to think if he played in the last game, he will. Maybe he could play the same type of role. Remember, he came off the bench, played 25 minutes, 18 points, and could he fulfill that role again? The Timberwolves play the Spurs really tough. I mean, we know that's a fact. You'd like to have Edwards in there, and that may be a key factor. Remember, the spread was 13 without Edwards in that first game, and then when they announced him in, it went down to 9 in this range. Could be sneaking back up here just because of the fact that Edwards is questionable again. But, remember, he was a surprise to be in the lineup, actually. Overnight, when we kind of discussed it, he was it got upgraded to questionable. Whenever you see the upgrade to questionable on a doubtful, it's usually a very positive sign, and he ended up being in the game and had a pretty big, obviously a big role. But will he have enough in there to get in there today against the Spurs? Like I said, the Timberwolves obviously play the Spurs very, very well. I mean, you can't ignore the fact that they really have dominated. I won't say dominate them, but they win the games and they cover the ones they lost. So far this season, Minnesota's won 3 of the 4 matchups between the two teams, and the one game that San Antonio did win this year at home, they won by 3 and were favored by 4.5. The Timberwolves covered that one. So they've kind of got them a little bit in the matchup head-to-head. It's just that we know the Spurs are dominant, and Wemby didn't have the best game. Remember in that last game, but other players kind of came through a little bit in that one. But Wemby, remember, just 11 points overall in the loss. The loss, don't forget. The Wolves won the game 104-102 and covered, they were getting 10.5. So I think that the Timberwolves might have a big chance here to do it again. I mean, they seem to play this team very, very well. Now, the Spurs are going to try to have to clamp down here a little bit. I would think they're going to want to slow. Look, it was 104-102. Maybe that did work out for the Timberwolves, and maybe it will again. But I think we're going to see another game like that. 216 doesn't seem possible with what we saw, I think, in the first game. I think we get the teams right around the same thing here again tonight, somewhere in the 200s with this kind of familiar matchup. They did play a game in Minnesota earlier this year, 104-103. Now, 3 of the 4 games did go. 3 of the 4 games did go. Oh no, I'm sorry, 2-2, 2 overs and 2 unders in the 4 games this season. All right, let me just hear from you maybe in the chat. I think I've broken it down, or I don't know if I broke it down. Let me break it down a little more. Break it down. Here in this one with Wolves here. And, man, it's just 10 points here. Even if Edwards was out, seems like, when you got Rudy, he's able to, he knows Gobert. I mean, Gobert knows Wemby, obviously, a little bit. Yeah, one guy's a superstar and one guy's probably a little bit on the downside. And Minnesota, too, look, they've got the experience to a certain extent, right? They've been on the cusp here last year, good playoffs, and this is new uncharted territory for the Spurs, right? Minnesota's 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. They proved extremely competitive, obviously, in Game 1. They've covered 4 for the last 5 games against San Antonio. The Spurs have won 16 of 20, but they've been less dominant against the spread relative to their winning margin expectations. Okay, I think that's safe to say. Minnesota and the defense and the rebounding can keep it within range again, I think. And I think this profile's in a game that's going to be in the single digits, not the double digits, but I'm going to go with the total, and I'm going to go under here. See what you guys have here. Both teams have been under recently. Minnesota under in 4 of their last 5. Spurs are under in 5 of 6 from their series with the Blazers there. And, of course, Minnesota was up against Denver. The only hesitation I have on this under is that the Spurs, if they so choose, can push the pace at home. But I think against Minnesota, that's not what you want to do. You got to take your chances, keeping it low. I think, anyway, and I think still the current form and playoff intensity kind of leans towards this one being in the 2 teens, low 2 teens, or under 210. Let me go to the chat. I'm going to take the under here on the morning steam. It's official. Let me go to the chat. I've only missed a million comments here. And here we go. AOD wants the Wolves and Ant-Man. Wemby's an alien. He says got to bulk up. You know what? I think actually, you look at Wemby last year, this year, he has bulked up, quite frankly. But that type of figure, you're not gonna, that type of physique, you're not gonna get to. D Fox had a little bit of a rough one. That's been a little bit of the downfall. Robert's gonna try the Wolves again. AUD says they're kind of roughing them up here a little bit. Razor says under in Minnesota, 5 of their last 7 coming in. AOD likes the under. And Razor says Minnesota's real good. Talk about those numbers, right? Razor saying Minnesota, look at this. Good in conference play, covering those numbers. Chris Warren likes the over here. And see else here. Thank you, Razor, man. Can Razor be up every morning and roll me with these stats here every day? What he's saying is San Antonio in the playoffs loses some games here and there. Let's see, Wemby with those. He was blocking every shot there at the beginning of the game, wasn't he? I guess they on Wednesdays they like to play high scores. Let's see here. Ron Borkwin says Spurs were 10 of 36 from 3. You know who needs to not shoot as many threes? Wemby, right? Go to the you can dunk. You don't even have to jump. Go to the bucket. Wemby. I say it like that. I'm kind of rooting for the Timberwolves here. They are well coached. 108-103 says AOD here. Andrew says the Wolves might be onto something there. Oh, what did he say? Could it be the Wolves? Wolves are playing. Give the Wolves credit. Give the Wolves some credit. All right, and Woke's Joke is here today as well. He's got a 4-legger. Look at this with the games today. All right, I think I caught up with you guys there, and I'm going to take the under officially here, but I think you hear it in my voice here. Wolves can hang again, and this is going to be a good series. Maybe too good to, there's a lot of familiarity here for sure with the teams, right? I think that's a big factor. All right, that's it for the NBA, man. Let's go to the ice tonight. We've got a couple of games here continuing on, including a game 1 that everyone is going to have their eyes on here tonight. I'm bummed, man. I'm kind of a pseudo Canadiens fan all my life, and I love what the Sabres are doing here this postseason. Still, you got a big number here right now, $1. I think I think it's $1.30. I don't know what that dollar I always, on the show, I will say I've never said this before, and I think it's obvious, but I always round to a nickel. I don't really go too much. I never put the dollar. It was supposed to be a dollar. Supposed to say $1.30 there, but I always round to the nickel on the graphics on the show. I think it's just easier to remember or look at. We know that a lot of times these lines. This one's actually probably like $1.28 at Circa, $1.33 at Bovada. So I just that's the way I do it. Anyway, let's get to it here with the Canadiens and the Sabres. Man, what can you say? Someone's going to lose. Someone's going to have to lose. And Sabres at home here in game one. Canadiens have been good wherever they go. Sabres also very strong on the road. Does feel like the Canadiens might be a little bit more playoff ready, it feels like. But, man, you can't deny what these Sabres have done. I think if it goes 7, we'll have a pretty fun postseason. It feels like to me, pretty fun series if this one can go. 7 games here. Montreal, I think they're a little bit the sharper side right now, despite being priced as a short underdog here. Getting a team here that's 14-6 in their last 29 of their last 11 winners on the road, and they've owned this matchup, especially in Buffalo. Sabres are just 1-7 against Montreal at home in their last 8 games. I think in game ones, you're going to have structure, road composure for Montreal. I think they, check both boxes there. Buffalo, 8-3 run here right now. They are legit. They've proven it, right? Whenever we wanted to question Buffalo, they've come through. Their defensive profile, though, to me, has not tightened enough to maybe justify even being the slightest of favorites here. I think it probably should be closer to a pick 'em here. Maybe this one's tight. It's a clear tempo matchup. Montreal's gone under in 6 straight, and the game script is kind of built around limiting the rush chances and forcing Buffalo to play, on half the ice, basically. Game one is going to be usually a tight start, I think, between these type of teams, especially when you see the 5.5. Although there's some 6 unders, there's 5.5 overs, there's 6 unders. It's kind of on the edge there. Probably could shop around or just take the alternate line if you like one or the other. Now, Buffalo's playoff inexperience, I think, is kind of, to me, they need to be more conservative here and just try to keep this one close and maybe ugly. I don't want to say ugly. These two teams are playing beautifully right now. In this matchup, too, when you got Montreal and Buffalo, maybe it was out of inefficiency when these two teams have played, but they've been kind of under opponents against one another here historically. Recently, though, all the games are pretty much in the 6 range here this season. In fact, Buffalo here has won 2 of the last 3. They won at home 5-3 back in January. They played 3 times in January. Buffalo won twice, once at home and once on the road. Montreal won here in Buffalo last time they played, January 31st, 4-2. Let's see how you guys have it now. These two teams are combined 3-10 to the under in the postseason so far. Montreal is 1-6 to the under. That's what I mean. They are playing some real defense, but they've got to start out on the road here. And let's see what you got. I'm going to take the Habs. I'm taking the Habs in game one. It's tough to do it, but I'm going to take the plus 110. That's maybe how close it is between these two teams. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Nick Handy's in there. He's got the Saber swords here. I think that's what that is. I hope it is. And we know he loves those Sabres. Okay, here we go. Robert's on the under. You got to go. You got to think this is going to be 3-2, don't you? Johnny Walker, Montreal. There, a three-way money line for Robert. For Johnny, I mean. Under for AOD here, possibly. Jimmy Lambeau in the chat says the NBA picks were good yesterday. And let's see here. That might be it from the crew. Oh, Chris Warren on the under here as well. And check out the merch. Check out the merch because you're going to end up with these old sports money shirts. All right, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with that one. I'm going to take Montreal in Game 1 on the road against Buffalo. Let's see how it works out. Hey, you heard some steam in the background here just moments ago, and it came in on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona taking the steam against Pittsburgh in their game tonight. Here on the Morning Steam. If you're new to the Morning Steam here on the new Sports Money Network, you'll hear those steam plays in the background. Those aren't just Jim Cramer style with me doing it. Those are actually moves coming in from line services. I pay for my line services. When you look at those free, nothing wrong with them. You got to look at the lines. But those free services are usually about a 5-minute delay, and I pay for the fastest. Maybe it's a waste, but we get that alert here, and we always know it's a real, actionable betting information when you hear that steam move come in over my shoulder, if you will. And I usually try to make sure I recite it to you when we're not going through the show and whatnot. All right, I think that game's done. Let's go to the West. And you got the Ducks on the road taking on the Golden Knights. Golden Knights are $1.60 here, 6.5 under 20. Boy, they've come a long way real fast, right? Sure, the Ducks were down there at the end of the season, and the Golden Knights, but you know what? I guess I got nothing to complain about there after the Golden Knights did kind of put the hurt on them in game number 1. So maybe they do have their number here. 3-1 was the final in game 1. So the Ducks couldn't get that offense going. Maybe that will be a problem here, but does seem $1.60. Yeah, remember the Ducks were almost won the division there for a while until the Knights made a coaching change, started winning all the games there at the end of the season, and they've won 4 in a row after they closed out Utah with 3 straight wins. Anaheim, we know, had a much more difficult route, but they still won 3 of 4, 3 of the last 4 over Edmonton to win that series, and that was a rough series. Maybe they were a little behind it here, but the Ducks are 1-3 on the road in the playoffs. PGK is 3-1 overall. So maybe the home ice is going to be enough here. $1.60 doesn't feel real comfortable necessarily, given the fact that the Ducks have they certainly didn't feel like they finished $1.60, plus $1.40 worse than the Golden Knights in the regular season, but that first game was pretty dominant, so there may be a little bit of something to that. Let's see what you guys think, though, here in this one with the Golden Knights taking on the Ducks here. Vegas here up 1-0 at home. They've won 7 of their last 8 at home. And Anaheim, like I said, their trouble for them is the travel, the matchups, the road. They're 2-6 on the road in their last 8, and they struggle kind of with Vegas's forechecking pressure there in game number 1. And Vegas, with their 8-2 run of late, shows that they might be peaking at just the right time. We know this franchise does have some championship experience on this roster, and they've dictated the terms in game 1, no doubt about it. Kind of a series leverage game here for Anaheim. Vegas has a clear edge, it seems like right now, in depth, in the defensive zone, making it very, very difficult for Anaheim. And everything kind of sounds like an under to me. You've got 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under here when playing in Vegas. Remember, Anaheim had won 3 straight games over Vegas during the regular season this year. In November, they won here in Vegas 4-3, and then Anaheim won twice at home 4-3. Every game was 4-3 until the first playoff meeting, as the Ducks won all 3 regular season meetings. But game 1 went to Vegas. So Anaheim, I believe they'll have to try to. It might not work out, but they need it to be a low-scoring game again. I think. Unfortunately, even though Anaheim, if they get into a kind of a shootout, more style, maybe that is more their style, I think that's a recipe for a loss. Actually, I think they've got to figure a way to compete, to slow the game down and not trade offensive chances. This series has gone under in 6 of the last 9 defensive meetings, and Vegas at home dictating tempo may look to protect the lead. That would help Anaheim, actually. So Vegas doesn't need to push the pace. They just need to manage the game and capitalize if Anaheim makes any mistakes. That's the way I see it anyway, so that puts me on the under. At 6.5, I'm going under. The first game was 3-1. No. I'm going under for sure in this game. 4-2 get you home too, if just in case there's an empty netter. Say Vegas is up 3-2. But, Anaheim won the 3 regular season games, and why couldn't they do it here? But I'm going to go ahead and go under in this one with Anaheim and Vegas. It's the playoffs, man. It was just 3-1. Let's go to the chat and see what we got. Chris said, that might have been the last game. It's a 5.5. Ducks money line here for cash game. AOD, maybe he's on the Ducks here. I don't know. Carter Hart over in his save says Nick here, over 25.5. Boy, that'll be some shots, huh? And the Ducks maybe take them live. Chris says you got to have the Ducks at this price. I think that's what Chris is saying. VGK though, money line for Robert. Chris liked the plays from Mike last night. Ron said maybe he's going to go under now after the spiel. Hello to Don Johnson in the chat. All right. Woke's joke says maybe Nick should be wearing the blue Buffalo logo this week. And look at Johnny says Vegas on the puck line here. All right, I think that's it. I've caught up to you guys there. I made my plays on the ice tonight. Those are the playoffs. Enjoy the games. All right, we got Major League Baseball. And don't forget, at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific, we've got Bases Loaded with Mikey Money, Sharky Waters. They'll preview this card. I mean, look, half the cards in the daytime. You're going to want to tune in to the guys here on the new Sports Money Network with Bases Loaded, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, previewing the baseball card today. But we're going to preview the baseball card right now and to give our picks for the card as well. Let's get it moving here. All right, here we go. First up, Blue Jays and Rays. Oh, man. Gosh, can you believe these Rays? We just talked about them, but Patrick Corbin goes here for the Blue Jays. Corbin, 3.65 ERA. Look, I know we always make fun of Patrick Corbin, but these numbers are okay, and maybe he finds a home here this season in Toronto. Shane McClanahan, the left-hander, 3.1 ERA. Yeah. Not only that, 1.17 whip, 30 strikeouts. He's already won 3 times this season. Corbin comes in 1-0, but Blue Jays have lost 3 straight, and the Rays have beat them the first 2 games here, 5-1 and 4-3. As Tampa is flat out on a roll here at the beautiful Trop. What a beautiful place to win games. Doesn't matter, when you're winning, it makes your cement stadium look a little better. There was, let me see, I believe there was some steam that came in on the under in this game. Let me make sure of this. It might have been right when we were just coming in on the air, so I didn't hold it back from you at all. But let me see here. Okay, no, I guess not, but we do have the lineups, actually. Let's take a look at those. So, in the only game we have the lineups from so far, these day games, showing Tampa up here a little bit. The line on the screen is probably a little stale. The Tampa momentum is building. $1.40, 7.5 over 15 here. It feels like $1.40 at a lot of places here. The squarer book you get, the more it's going the other way. For the Jays here today, Springer, Okamoto, Guerrero. Good lineup finally here. Sosa, Clement, Schneider, Straw, Penango. Everybody's loving Penango right now. Hendrik Penango, how about this guy, huh? And Heineman. For the Rays, Diaz, Velade, Caminero, Aranda, DeLuca, Williamson, Simpson, Fortes, and Walls in that one. So looks like that $1.40. Let's see how you guys have it here with the Rays and the Jays. You can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay. If you know, you know. Does anybody remember? Let's see what you got here, man. I think Corbin can be effective here. I think McClanahan obviously is looking pretty great. I think undoubtedly here. We know, hey, McClanahan's like you say, just a very good pitcher, and when he's cruising, he's looking good. Tampa is on a roll here they've gone under in. I think it's 11 in a row or something here right now. Did they finally go over in a game yesterday? Oh, it was a push, right? Yesterday's game turned out to be a push. Oh, man. Okay. I may have given myself a credit for – oh, no, we had the Rays yesterday on the show. Okay. But I think it landed on 7, and it was – it doesn't matter. Tampa's going under in pretty much every game. I think it's either 11-0-1, 11-1-1. I didn't even write it down because it's just so solid right now. I mean, every game's going under here for Tampa pretty much right now. They are. I show it I show it 10-0-1. I think 10-1-1. Doesn't matter. They're all going under. McClanahan and Corbin indoors. I think it could be an under here again. I think I want to go under. Look, Tampa probably is too easy here. I think the chat's going to be on Tampa quite a bit. The Jays can have their good lineup in there finally, it looks like. But the Jays are just 6-12 on the road, 3-10 as an underdog so far. Meanwhile, Tampa at home, 13-4, 14-6 as a favorite here. So I'm going to go under in this one as my official pick. In this one, as the price might be getting a little bit, I don't want to say too high because this team's so good right now, this Tampa team, and they're pretty entertaining too. Tampa's hot, 5 in a row, nine straight at home. McClanahan's holding hitters to a 196 batting average against, so it could be a little bit of a run line risk actually if you wanted that good return on Tampa. Does feel like a 3-2-4-3 game to me. Let's go to the chat, though, here, our first baseball game of the afternoon here on Getaway Day, Wednesday. All right, here we go. There we go. I found it. Okay. Under here for Chris Warren. AOD says Corbin might be is he a gas can? I don't know. I think so far so good for Corbin. He's pretty steady, but we'll see. It's early. Blue Jays lineup looks pretty good here today. Johnny Walker. You don't have to call me Johnson. Johnny. Remember Johnny? Hard to bet against this Tampa team right now. I think that's the wrong Ray J, Chris. Terrell loves the Golden Girls. Unfortunately for Terrell, because he's up there with me in the senior citizen category practically. He watches too much Golden Girls. Very scary, Terrell. All right, 9 legacies on the Blue Jays. And Toronto struggling here as a dog. Razor said it right now with this poor record so far. Woke's Jokes got a nerfy in this one. Look at Tampa just dominating the American League. Everybody wants to rule the world here, says AOD. Robert's on the Rays first 5. Dana Delp is here, everybody. Dana Delp. Everybody say hello to Dana. It's good to see Dana. He loves Corbin Day. Razor said these Tampa games are totally going under right now, man. And they're just playing at home, dominating this Blue Jays team. Feels like they can get it done here. These unders right now, gosh, can you believe it? And winning these games here. Tampa, can they keep up? Can they keep up with those Yankees? Man. All right, we'll see. Let's move on. I'm on the under. Okay, look, we previewed this game yesterday. I don't think we need to spend a whole lot of time on it. I don't think I'm going to change my pick because that seems unfair. If the pitching matchup changed, then maybe you could. But look, I was on the under yesterday. We still got Sproat and Palante here. So now this one, the steam did come in on, actually, and it's 8 here or 8 over. And so, but it was 8 yesterday when we talked about it too. So look, I think I'm just better stay with the under here. That's what I gave out on the show yesterday, and I think it'd be unfair for me to. I have no intention of switching. I'm just saying we'll just keep the same pick. Maybe we should go with maybe we could do a little double play here. Palante, we won't hammer it here. Palante 3.73 ERA, Sproat 6.75 ERA. He's 0-2 with a 1.61. There was talk that this could be Mizorowski, but I think where Mizorowski is now, because this would have been Mizorowski's spot, and so sometimes you like, hey, let's Sproat is obviously kind of a marginal pitcher for this team right now. Yeah, he's in the rotation, but probably their weak link. And then if you needed to keep it, but Mizorowski's been a little bit hurt.
Final.
So I think right now they're kind of going with, let's just keep this rotation. Same with the Cardinals here. Palante's a fine option. Solana Sierra with the win just now. Sierra with the win over Korpatch in straight sets. How about that? I didn't have that as a pick, but I had a little public pick, but a little 40 spot there on Korpatch. On Sierra, I'm sorry. On Sierra, straight sets wins. Solana Sierra. Okay, let me continue on, though, with this, okay? Brewers have lost 2 straight here right now. And like I said, the game was rained out there yesterday. Cardinals won the opener 6-3. And I think this is the series that they're going to – let me see here. I feel like I owe this to you to say it here. No, the Cardinals hit the road after this and go to San Diego. So I think it's the other game, the other rain out, Mets and Rockies. Mets and Rockies will play tomorrow, and then the Cardinals will play the Brewers in a couple of months. Guys, we got a little breaking news here right now. I got to cover it here with you. A little bit off the sports path, but we do have here right now. Let's get to this here with a little bit of breaking news. This one's for Terrell, actually. I don't have the breaking news banner anymore. We'll get that over here. I don't have a breaking news banner anymore. I forgot to load it up. Anyways, cable television legend Ted Turner has passed away at the age of 87. We haven't seen Ted in a long time. We know that he wasn't. He was just, living out his best years here a little bit. But the founder of the cable news network and a roster of a number of television brands, the man behind Turner Enterprises, TNT, TBS, all that, the man who put Braves baseball on nationwide, really one of the first guys to put sports on cable TV nationwide, a legend there, and eccentric too, did have, not without a little bit of controversy in his life, but certainly one of the most reading off a press release here and the commercials on there, but don't have much other than that. Just Ted Turner passes away on Wednesday here, and cable television legend and sports television legend, I believe. He put the Braves on national TV when sports were just starting to get their television exposure nationwide on cable. People would watch Braves games. They were America's team, they called them. And Ted Turner. Okay. All right, let's see. You get your picks here on the Cardinals. And, of course, he was the owner of the Braves, too. Don't forget there for a long time. All right, let's see what you got here with the Brewers. Like I said, we previewed it yesterday, so I'm just on the under here. Let's just go through the picks here real quick. We don't need to spend long on this game. All right, Razor's got some numbers, though, for us here, talking about these unders here. Also, wait a minute. St. Louis goes under on a Wednesday, and the Brewers go over on a Wednesday. Oh, no. I think that's what Razor's saying there. Chris Warren likes St. Louis here. How about Walker for a home run? And right, I didn't even know. I didn't know Ted Turner was still alive. He's been out of the loop there for a while, right? WTBS nationwide, right? And we saw not only with the Braves on there early, but the Hawks games were shown nationwide as well. And Chris remembers as well. I mean, that's all we got. Not only did he help get Atlanta, but he started, remember, Ted Turner started his own Olympics, kind of, the Goodwill Games. And don't forget the wrestling, right? The wrestling was huge on TBS. Nick said it right there. And and you know what? Not only that, right? The team there at CNN, those sports broadcasts were important. There was kind of before Sports Center was going, but the TBS, the CNN Sports with Fred Hickman and Dan Hicks in there, right? And who was the guy with the with the tan and the hair? What was his name too? It was Dan Hicks, Fred Hickman, and who was Fred Hickman's part of the? I say handsome guy. I think it was kind of ugly in a way, but he had the big hair. He had the big hair, Chris. Who was that guy? I almost want to look it up, but we got to keep it moving here right now on the morning steam. You guys will tell me in a second. Let's move to the next one here. We're in the day games here. Dodgers taking on the Stros. Here, Stros got the win, 2-1 yesterday. Tyler Glasnow goes here. Razor, get the stats ready because the Dodgers have won $1 million in a row with Glasnow pitching, right? Or Did they finally lose one, or is it like 12 or 13 in a row with Glasnow pitching right now? How are you going to buck that trend? It is a big price here with the Dodgers on the road with Tyler Glasnow, 220. And the total here is 9 under 20. So Glasnow, 2.56 ERA, 3-0 record, 0.83 whip. I mean, he's been awesome. 47 Ks. Houston, meanwhile, they've won 3 of 4. Lance McCullers, though, hasn't been great. Been a little bit injured here. Now comes in here, 6.32 ERA, 1.4 whip. Seems like a mismatch. Seems like the Dodgers should be able to do it. Seems like the price might be a little bit too high, so maybe it will be just a pick here on the show in this one. I think I kind of want to take the Dodgers to get back on the beam a little bit, but still kind of a high price, even on the run lines, $1.30-ish it looks like here right now. But let's see what you think anyway with the Dodgers. Glasnow, I think a big edge here. He's also got a 32.6% K rate. Houston's bullpen is basically in the bottom, at the bottom as well. So I think McCullers and Houston's pen, just an invitation to score. Glasnow should be able to have another, I would think, pretty decent start here against these guys. Dodgers coming in here 22-14. They're 17-19 on the run line. Houston 11 on the run line, and they're favored in every game. So, but Houston 11-10 is a run line underdog so far. So I don't know. The price isn't great, but probably like the Dodgers here. Let's see how you guys have it in this one. Total 8.5 under here right now. Check some. We got some notes on the Milwaukee St. Louis game here. Mizorowski, it will start Friday. It was reported this morning. So Mizorowski will start Friday for the Brewers. That just in here to the morning steam. All right, let's see what you guys think, though, here in this one with the Dodgers taking on the Astros today. You know, Houston is a big-time over so far. It's just a matter of, will Glasnow hold these guys down today? Houston is 23-12 to the over. It's as much of their, top 5 offense as much as their bad pitching, too. It's been a recipe for an over pretty much. But that did get suppressed yesterday. Dodgers are an under for sure this season, 16-20 to the under. But Houston's 13-5 to the over at home and 13-6 to the over as an underdog. So can McCullers kind of do his share to keep it down here a little bit? Let's see what you think in the chat and go from there. This one's at 2:10 Eastern, 11:10 Pacific. Maybe can go with the total here in this one. I'm worried about. I think the Dodgers are the side. It's a very, very tough price on the run line here, considering they lost the game yesterday. And, Dodgers are not great on the run line this year as much as they've dominating. It's up to $1.40. But I noticed that total here has snuck up to 9 under in a lot of spots. I've got it 9 under right there. I think that's let me take the under in this one with the Dodgers and the Astros as my play here on the morning steam. I'm going to go under here at 9 under 20. I'm pretty sure this thing was, let me take a look here. I thought opened 8.5 over. Okay. My numbers have this game a whole half a run lower, so I got to go with the under. Let's go to the chat. Nick Charles was the guy. Nick Charles, of course it was, Chris. Houston here. They love Wednesdays for some reason. And Houston definitely going over here so far this season, right? Man. Dodgers money line Ohtani for a home run. Robert says, how about the Dodgers in the first 5? And Ted Turner. Shohei for a stolen base, says Andrew K. Now, I don't know if he just typed that in funny or did he say Shohei and then it came up with that. That's it for that game. Let's keep it moving here on the Morning Steam Show. Padres are at the Giants. Oh, boy. Waldron's still in there for the Padres. Well, hey, look, I'm feeling positive about the Padres here this year, but Waldron gives me the creeps here a little bit with that knuckleball, and it hasn't worked out so far. He's made a few starts already. He's got some of the worst numbers in baseball. 9.88 ERA in the 2 starts, 1.98 whip, just 8 strikeouts. Fortunately, the Padres up against Adrian Hauser, who is not looking good. 7.12 ERA, 1.7 whip for Hauser. Oh boy, this one, can we just go over here? And that's the key. Maybe. Hey, if Waldron's knuckleball is working, we've seen in the past, Waldron, he can go, deep with a knuckleball, or you can go deep if you're effective. If the knuckleball is working. You could go out there and throw a 3-hitter one day and walk 10 guys the next day. But we'll see, in San Francisco, that wind a little bit. Now, today it's moving out to center field, 7 to 10 miles an hour. Padres have the exact opposite record of the Giants. Padres are not exact opposite, but 21-14. And the Giants are 14-22. They've lost 7 of 10 coming in. Have the Giants. Padres are 10-6 on the road, 13-8 as a favorite so far. And I've got it as a pick 'em here pretty much. Maybe the Padres are the slightest of favorites, but it's closely rated, that's for sure. Let's see how you guys have it here in the chat, and we'll cover it here right now with Waldron. Both starters have terrible numbers. I get that, but I think here the Padres have the better offense, a better form profile. They've won 14 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams. Both of these guys have low strikeout rates, bad contact profile as well. So Waldron's knuckleballer ain't necessarily knuckling. And I don't know, with this total, why wouldn't there be runs with these guys? They've got basically both guys have an ERA above 7. And the Padres bullpen's okay so far this season. The Giants bullpen, real good. Giants are in the top 5, third, 3.21 ERA. Padres 3.9. So Giants have had the better bullpen here in this one. So I'm not totally sold on my Padres today. I better just go with the over in this one. With these ERAs, I mean, you'd be able to think they can score some runs here with these guys. I know it was yesterday, Padres put up 10 runs in a 10-5 win. They lost the opener of the series 3-2. Let's see if the chat's doing anything with this one. Over for Chris. And Hauser got ejected from the dugout, Johnny said. Wind is blowing out there, says Chris, right? Yeah, it doesn't really blow out, right? It blows and then it swirls around a little bit. Padres coming through last night, says Andrew K. 9 Legacy likes the Giants and the Astros. Moneyline plays here. All right, I'm just going to take the over in this one with these two today. Keep it going here on the Morning Steam Show. The White Sox are at the Halos with Noah Schultz going here, the left-hander. 2.53 ERA, 2-1 record. Schultz has looked good. I always say these White Sox, how do they get these pitchers and they never get it going? They end up dealing them or something. 20 strikeouts here for Schultz. For the Angels, this is Walbert Urena. 3.85 ERA, 0-3 record, 1.84 whip. Putting guys on, getting out of jams, but that does seem unsustainable for Walbert Urena here in this one. Of course, Angels coming in here 14-23. I've got them currently as the worst team in the league. Dropped 8 of their last 10. White Sox, meanwhile, a gutsy 17-19 here in the look. They've got the pitching advantage here. I know they lost yesterday, 4-3. They got the tying run over to third base with 1 out in the 9th inning and couldn't come through. Other than that, they've really been kind of dominant over the Angels here. And man, the price looks a little bit cheap still. I lost yesterday with them, makes me kind of hesitant, but still, Chicago's won 6 of 8. They got the better starter here. Angels, like I said, they've dropped 9 of 11. White Sox are 1-6 to the under in their last 7. The Angels have gone under in 7 straight games, and the series history is on the under too. Maybe under might be the right call, but I don't know if I could pass on the White Sox here right now. Yes, 5 of the last 4 of the last 5 under in this series. Peyton Stearns just beat Chen here. Stearns with the win. Probably shouldn't be grading my bets here on the air, but hey, or no, oh that wasn't a that was a premium a winner, right? Or did we lay too many games here? Let's see. Oh, it was a push. We laid 4 games on the premium. It was 6-4, 6-4. Oh, well. Sorry about that, fam. Got a push in that one. All right, let's go to the chat, though. We can hear from you in this one with I just want to take the Sox. Give me the Sox. I'm going to do it. Give me the Sox here in this one on the road over the Angels. I can't believe they lost yesterday's game. I'm still a little bit mad because I had them again. Okay, really the Angels are a strikeout machine team. And let's see, Chris says we might need to look at Schultz here. The Angels, for some reason, play better on the road, right? White Sox first 5 for Robert. And Terrell says under. No sustained rallies here. Terrell says be kind of a maybe if someone scores, going to be some home runs. Okay, I'm going to take the White Sox here to win the series. Braves and Mariners. Braves here. Let's see about this pitching situation. I think it is indeed Martin Perez. It was Grant Holmes, but let's see. I don't know if I have the story on this, but I think I'm not going to worry about it. I think it is Martin Perez here. And why not? 2.22 ERA, 99.99 whip, 19 strikeouts for Perez. He's done well. Wu, 4.61 ERA, 1-2 record for Brian Wu right now. 1.07 whip, so there's a little something to that. 29 strikeouts. Wu, probably a little bit better than these numbers would indicate, but the Braves are just hot. There's hot, and they got to win one for Ted. Got to win one for Ted tonight. Here in this one, take the Braves with the passing of cable television legend, practically. If Al Gore invented the internet, Ted Turner invented cable well before that. All right. When I was a kid, when we were kids, I know I've got the oldest chat in all of YouTube sports betting, but getting the cable to me meant we got the channels from LA. You had 13 channels, and then you got that box, man, with went all the way to like 36, and you had channel 31 was CNN, and then you had Headline News. Remember Headline News? Get all the world in 30 minutes. Okay, let's take a look here and see what you think in this one with the Braves taking on the hot Braves, man. What do you say? I mean, the Mariners can't even get in these guys' way, it feels like right now, although Mariners did win the opener 6-4. Braves won yesterday 3-2, got it done. Braves are 16-4 in their last 20, 12-2 in their last 14 on the road here. Taylor Townsend with the victory here over Brancaccio. Also, here, look, it's going to be tough maybe here as the Braves are actually an underdog here in this game. What? Come on. Probably with Woo, it's $1.30 or so, maybe even a little bit higher. I'm taking the underdog here. Give me the Braves. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to take the Braves here in this one. They're 26-11 coming in. Seattle just 17-20. Braves are 14-5 on the road. Braves are 2-5 to the under as a dog, although they're 12-6 to the over on the road. I know we're in T-Mobile here. Seattle's bullpen is pretty strong. This matchup has always been kind of an under when Seattle's come here every other year. But Braves have come here every other year, but probably not much to that. Still, 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two have gone under. 4 of the last 5 here have gone under. Braves have dropped 13 of their last 20 against Seattle, actually. But like I said, meet just 3 times a year pretty much. And let's see what you guys have in this one. Braves money line for Chris. Razor says these Braves, look at this, hot on the road. Braves haven't even lost a series yet. Can't do it now. Not with we're taking them. Give me the Braves here in this one. Chris had the box where if you went like this real fast and that one channel that had the Cinemax movies on it. Okay. That's it for that one. Let's keep it moving here now on the morning's team and go to, we are into the night games now with the Red Sox taking on the Tigers here. Sonny Gray goes for the Sox. Jack Flaherty for Detroit. For the Red Sox here, 15-21, but they've won 2 straight games right now here over these Tigers, 6-4 and 5-4 and 10-3. So maybe Boston starting to pick it up here a little bit overall. With the new manager here now, Detroit has been strong, particularly at home, but they have lost 2 in a row here. And still, Tigers 12-5 at home, 14-11 as a favorite. Boston just 4-8 as an underdog, but able to get it done here in the last couple. They were actually favored in the first game, I think, there, but got Tigers here 18-19 overall. They are a slight favorite at home, but man, with Gray in here and Flaherty, maybe some runs. Boston 14-6 to the over on the road here so far this season. Detroit probably, can they salvage one here? Here's the thing. Usually these sweep avoidance is real, and a lot of times the sweep avoidance games are under here, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to go over with these two. Boston still kind of a down record here, but Flaherty's walks are all over the place here right now, and that could make life a little bit difficult here for Detroit if Flaherty doesn't have that control still right now. So the head-to-heads in this series are just a dead solid over when these two teams have been meeting here right now. 5 straight games here between the two teams have gone over when meeting in Detroit. Boston's gone over in 7 of their last 9 on the road. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over here. All right. Let me go to the chat and see what you guys have here with this one, with the Red Sox and the Tigers. I'm going to check the algorithm here in this one because kind of want to go over, but Let me go with the chat first in this one before I make my pick. All right, actually not much from the chat here. Got some props from Andrew K. Let me give you guys another minute. I'm sure some folks might chime in here in this one. Maybe on 8.5 under, huh? I'm showing some 8 overs out there. Maybe it'll dip to 8 over here and you can get in on that. I'm going to take the over in this one between Boston and Detroit. Usually in these games where, you're trying to avoid the sweep, you usually get, a good pitching performance. Look, Flaherty has been down. That's the only thing that bothers me a little bit. I mean, uncharacteristic, I think uncharacteristic numbers for Flaherty. Still trying to get comfortable here, but 5.9 ERA, 1.79 WHIP. Sonny Gray, you know what you're going to get from Sonny, right? Obviously durable, but not always steady. We know that. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Robert likes the first 5 money line. Terrell says be some fireworks in the over here, and Andrew K is going over. So I'll go over. All right, let's keep it moving here. Next up, Orioles, Marlins, and got Brandon Young going here for the Orioles against Yuri Perez. How many Perez's are pitching today? Do we have Eduardo Perez, Atlanta Perez? How many Perez's are going here today? Brandon Young, 4.29 ERA, 2-1 record, and Yuri, 4.45 ERA and a 2-3 record so far. Marlins are a little bit slump here. Orioles won the first game yesterday. They're 9-7, as I said, kind of a wild one. We'll say this, my man Kyle Stowers against Brandon Young, he's 3 for 3 with 3 home runs off of him in his career. Got to take Stowers to the home run, don't you? I mean, I guess it'd be hard to do 4 for 4, but that seems pretty good. Now, we just scored 16 runs yesterday. I imagine with Young and Perez here, we're going to see some runs today. That might be too easy to take the over. I'll probably take the side. Baltimore was on a losing streak before they won that game yesterday. They're 4-11 as an underdog right now, 7-11 on the road. Miami's 12-8 as a favorite. Yeah, they're lost that series at home to Philly, but both teams 16-20 coming into this one right now. Chat's starting to fill up maybe with some comments here. I think Yuri Perez is a little bit better than Brandon Young here. Baltimore's bullpen remains vulnerable right now, to say the least. Near the bottom here, 4.86 ERA, bottom 5 bullpen for Baltimore right now. Baltimore has been going over like nobody's business. I believe it's 8 straight to the over and 10 straight to the over on the road. Might be 9, but nonetheless, Baltimore giving it up. Both clubs have not been preventing runs from scoring, that's for sure. So, all right, second meeting here of the series. Baltimore led big yesterday. Miami came all the way back, tied the game at 7 in the bottom of the 8th inning there. And but Baltimore got 2 in the 9th for the win, 9-7 there yesterday. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here in this one. Got to take Kyle Stowers for a home run. That's what we got to do. Here we go. Marlins for Andrew. Baltimore over team total. He says that once Baltimore gets out of the cold weather at home right now, that maybe they hit a little better. Jermaine's here today. Robert's on the Marlins first 5. Jermaine says Marlins team total over. And how about Hicks, an RBI for Jermaine as he comes in with his first play of the day. I'm taking the Marlins to win again. Give me the Marlins. I say it again. Orioles won yesterday, and I think I was on the Marlins. Oh no, we had the over yesterday. How about that? All right, keep it moving here right now with the A's on the road taking on the Phillies. You know the A's. They started in Philadelphia. The Athletics of Philadelphia A's. Remember what Terrell said? Connie Mack, 4 straight World Series for the Philadelphia Athletics. All right. For Jeffrey Springs here, 3.95 ERA, 3-2 record. Zach Wheeler, 2.45 ERA, 1-0 record. Everybody was all worried after Wheeler had a slow start in the first couple innings. Don't worry. Wheeler will probably be fine. He's the oldest player on the Phillies, I think, now, isn't he? Now, look, the A's have been terrific. Maybe this is one where, the A's getting this type of price as well as they played. I don't know. Philly under Mattingly here so far. What a move. What a move. You go from to a manager like Mattingly. Now, I'm not saying the Phillies here, we know the way they hit, right? The manager's not going to change anything in the batting, and like the coaching and the stance, but, you just kind of rearrange things a little bit. Mattingly was one of the best pure hitters you've ever seen in baseball, and he wasn't a power hitter. He could hit it out, but he had one of the highest batting averages you could ever imagine. And the Phillies are becoming, shall I say, a little more contact-oriented. And they're going to get these averages up, I'm sure of it. Your Bryce Harper was terrific yesterday. He's at 286. And these guys got to pick it up, right? These have their problems. Real Muto got to pick it up. B-Marsh looking good here with his 322. Schwarber, we know, has got to pick up that average. Even though, the A's have been pretty solid, right? 18 and 17. They've done a real nice job. Phillies are hot here with Mattingly, and I think this is probably a game where the Phillies can beat them handily. I think the A's might have trouble getting to Wheeler here a little bit. Let's see what you guys think in the chat here in this one. But Wheeler's got a 32% K rate so far, and the batters are hitting 162. I think Wheeler here is going to have a successful game. And the Phillies have been hot. Wheeler can dominate. Springs is capable. I'm going to go under. Here. The price is high, but let me go. I think under might be the way to go for me. Give me the under here with the A's and the Phillies. That's what I'm going to do. Springs can be okay here against these guys. Okay. Jermaine rode by Connie Mack Field there yesterday. I think that's what he's saying. Nobody's got a pick on this one. The chat's running out of gas here. We got 50 of you riding with me here right now on the new Sports Money Network. Robert's on the Phillies first 5. Jermaine says it's drizzling there today. So we'll see. Can we get this one in? All right. Razor says, look at this. 20. I think this stat goes back to Connie Mack. 22 of the last 28 meetings between these two teams have gone under. That would be right there, probably about a 7-year, more than that, a 9-year sample size right there. Okay. See what we got here. I think that's good. I think I'm going to take the under. All right. We're making good time here. We're just an hour away from bases loaded. Mikey Money, Sharky Waters going to preview these games here. They'll give you a better look than I probably will, but hey, we're always going to be here previewing the action on the Morning Steam Show. And next up, the Twins are on the road at the Nationals, and the Twins looked good yesterday, and they're favored again today here on the road with Bailey Ober, 3.55 ERA and a 3-1 record for Ober, 1.13 WHIP. Miles Mikolas, right now, he's one of the worst pitchers in the league. Nobody ever liked him anyways, but look, he had his moments with the Cards, but this is just bad. 8.23 ERA, 1.72 WHIP. Nobody's going to want Miles Mikolas here, I guarantee you. Unfortunately, the line's wrong, right? Yeah. Yeah, the Phillies are the Twins are like $1.40. Maybe a little. I'm going to call it $1.30. The move, ironically enough, is on the Nationals here. So, well, if you want them, you can have them. I guess. I don't think I want Mikolas here. 9.5 under 15 right there. Okay. Twins did come in here and win the first game of the series, 11-3 right now, and Twins also split that series with Toronto at home. That was okay. Twins are 6-10 on the road, but Washington is 4-13 at home right now. They're actually 12-7 on the road. Another one of those road teams, if you will. But Twins with Ober. Yeah, maybe the fate of Mikolas is on here a little bit. If that's what you want to do, let's see what you got. Ober, I think, has a clear edge statistically. I don't know long term if there's much of a difference between these guys. Maybe it is. Maybe Mikolas is. I know everybody's kind of thought he was never any good, anyways, but he always had mediocre success. Ober can be good too. Mikolas with these numbers just hard to trust. Washington has been a dead solid over this year, that's for sure. 22-12 so far. Minnesota's 20-13 of the over. Maybe that's where you're supposed to go with this one, right? I mean, it is 9.5 for a reason up there. 9.5 under 15, but maybe the Twins will be the way to go for me here in this one. I might want to think that this game could, we're in Washington. We know these games are going over 11-5 at home. Are the Nats to the over? Minnesota's 6-3 to the over as a favorite. That's even stronger than their regular over record here so far. Both bullpens are definitely in the bottom grouping, right? Minnesota's next to last. Oh, no, they're second from last now. 5.26 ERA coming in. Washington, 4.77. They're still a bottom 10 bullpen here. Let's go to the chat. I'm probably going to take the Twins here again on the road as the free play. Not totally confident, but let's see here. The AOD says raining over there. Tremaine says they don't call him Bailey Over for nothing. And also here, Robert is saying first 5 for the Twins. Razor says, oh gosh, look at this. Minnesota. Oh my gosh, 4-13 in their last 17 is a favorite. Oh boy. That doesn't bode well. I'm still taking them. I'm still taking it. I know that goes back to last year. They've only been favored about 9 or 10 times this season. So I'll go ahead and go with I'm going to go with the Twins and Bailey over. Yeah, we might go over too somehow in there today, I think. But let me take the Twins on the show here. The over might be a premium, if you know what I mean. Man, we're making good time here on the morning steam, and I'm having such a great time over here. Feels like a lot, maybe because of Razor bringing those great stats, but the chat all-stars are really alert here today. And, I was complaining about over on I don't want to say I wasn't complaining, but, baseball season, maybe things were getting we've got a great audience in here right now on the new Sports Money Network. Rangers and Eovaldi, against the Yankees and Will Warren. Man, Warren's looked pretty good here so far. I'm impressed. still with Warren. 2.39 ERA coming in, 4-0 record. Eovaldi, 3-4 record, more decisions than anybody in the league. 4.76 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP for Eovaldi. You know he's going to give you some solid innings here, but maybe on the downswing a little bit. Will Warren, he's on the upswing. Yankees are on the upswing. They're winning. They're hot. They're on a winning streak right now. They've won here 7-4 yesterday. In the opener, did the Yankees here in this one. Yankees are 25-11. They're hot. Yankees have won 5 straight, 8 straight at home. Texas has lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. Actually, 5 of their last 6 now. They've also lost 6 of their last 8 overall, and they're just 1-4 in their last 5 against the Yanks. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Texas has gone under in 7 of their last 9 games overall, but I don't know about this one, man. I got to think the Yankees keep pounding here at this point. Yankees are 11-6 to the over at home. Texas is 12-7 to the over on the road. It's real easy to get on these shows and just take the Yankees every time, but if you don't, you're missing out, right? You're missing out on the money. You're missing out on the winners. I won't do it here. You guys probably, it might be easy here for the Yankees. Now they are 20-14 as a run line favorite. Texas 10-12 as a run line dog. And Warren $1.90 here, even some $2 at the square books right now. It might be somewhere, you think the Yankees can do it again here. And remember, they covered all those run lines. Not only are the Yankees win, let me just put it straight. Not only are the Yankees winning every game, they're covering the run line every game too. Warren's been excellent, 30% K rate. Yankees have gone over in 5 straight. The wind is blowing here, I think, a little bit today, right? 8 miles out to left field or so. I'm going to go with the over in this one. The Yankees might get there themselves, I think, here, the way they're going. Look, you don't have to be some YouTube sports betting analyst. The Yankees are just continuing to smash. Oh, is that copyrighted? Is that a copyrighted phrase? The Yankees here, number 2 in OBP, number 2 in RBIs, first in home runs, of course, 13th in batting average. But that's just the way it is with them. Let's see what's the chat saying about this one. Yankees first 5 here for Robert. Jermaine says, Will Warren GU8. That could be under his strikeouts, game under. Total under here? No, because it's 8.5, right? All right, Jermaine, help me out. Usually I can read these, but I didn't on that one. All right, give me the over here in this one with the Rangers and the Yankees. Reds are out the Cubs here, and the Reds were able to hang in there, I thought, yesterday a little bit, but the Cubs eventually went on for the victory, 3-2. Reds led 2-0 through 6 innings, but single markers in the 7th and 8th, and then they win it in the 10th yesterday as the Cubs keep on rolling here right now. Wow. $1.70, though. That's a big price. The Reds have done okay. The Reds are having a great year so far. Reds are 20-16. Now they're starting to fall back down to earth, losing 7 of their last 10. Chicago, 16-5 at home. They're playing .667 ball here, and I think you're going to get good performance here from Colin Ray. 4.4 ERA so far, 4-1 record. Brady Singer, 5.56 ERA, 2-2 record, but I don't know. Kind of think maybe they'll, let's see what the weather's like. It's obviously you got an 8 here right now, so just a normal weather day there in Chicago, but still a big price here on Colin Ray, man. I kind of want to think the Reds here a little bit, but let's see what you got. This one feels a little bit tougher. That price is pretty high. Reds have played fine. Cubs are obviously on fire here right now with their winning streak here currently. Cubs have won 7 in a row. They've won, I think, is it 10 in a row at home, 11, 12? How many is it, Razor? Reds have dropped 5 straight, 6 straight on the road. They've gone over in 8 of their last 11. Cubs have gone over in 10 of their last 14, but 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone under here in this head-to-head matchup. Yeah, Singer's got some issues here for sure, but I think this is a low. I think this one's going under here, and I'm gonna go a little. I feel contrarian in this one. Give me the under with the Reds and the Cubs today. Like I said, the weather's nice. The weather's normal. I don't think it's nice, right? I think it's actually not perfect, right? I'm going to look up the weather here real quick. I said I was, but I don't know if I am now. Here we go. All right, temperature in the mid to low 50s. The wind is blowing from left to right, 7 to 9 miles an hour. I'm going to go under here, feeling a little bit contrarian. It does feel like, these two pitchers, not great here so far. I get that. Big numbers here for Singer. Should be better than this. 1.73 ERA, but I'm going under. Contrarian play of the day. Here we go. And, okay. Jermaine, I mean, come on, Jermaine. I should have figured it out, right? You're going to regulate in the chat there. Terrell says the Cubs will blow them out of the water. Can't see that lineup coming up short. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, maybe I'll look. The Reds are in a downswing after the good start. They're definitely coming back down to earth. Can't believe the Cubs are doing what they're doing right now. Cubs first 5 here. I mean, I can, but I can't, right? Cubs always end up, blowing it somehow, it seems like. Reds have led 3 of the last 4 versus the Cubs, says Philly Eagle Flyer. Cubs, thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer. 13 straight wins. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer. After a while, I just kind of, they won so many games, I just don't even write it down. And then, all right, Cubs should turn around. Left guys on base there last game. And that should do it for that one. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now. Next up, the Guardians are on the road taking on the Royals. We're going to head over to the Cantillo here against Cole Ragans. Ragans supposed to kind of be the ace here, I think, of this staff, but 5.28 ERA and a 1-4 record. Cantillo's been nice. 3.67 ERA, 1.4 whip, but 36 Ks. Kansas City's starting to pick it up here finally. They were starting to see Cleveland's lost 3 in a row too, as Kansas City won the first 2 in this series, 6-2 and 5-3. Kind of pretty much been doing well in this series. Kansas City's won 8 of 10. Cleveland's lost 7 of 10. Kansas City's 11-7 at home. Cleveland's 9-12 on the road here. With Ragans here, $1.30. I'm probably going to take the Royals. I mean, this winning streak has got to be considered pretty legit here right now for Kansas City. 5 in a row. Cleveland's lost 5 of their last 7 on the road. They've lost 4 of the last 5 here in Kansas City. Hey, this is an American League Central game. You know what to do. Probably going to be a low-scoring game, right? I almost go under in all American League Central games these days. Kansas City is 15-21 to the under this season, although it should note Kansas City 11-7 to the over at home and Cleveland 12-9 to the over on the road. But Cantillo's been good. Ragan should be better. Hasn't been that great. I'm taking him, though. I'm taking Kansas City in this one to win at home over the Guardians. Let's see what the chat says. And nothing here, maybe from this. Nothing from this game. Maybe I'm going a little too fast here on the new Sports Money Network. Give me the go ahead and give me the Royals though here in this one. Robert does like the under here with these two. I gotta like the under probably. I would think in this one. Man, we're almost done here with the show. We're just 40 minutes away from bases loaded. 2 more games on my card here. The Mets and the Rockies. Now, same thing. We've already I gave out the play yesterday. I'm not going to deviate from it. Yes, the Mets have had a woeful time, but the Rockies are starting to show their true stripes, unfortunately. We got all excited talking about the Rockies and how they're a much improved team right now. They are not only winning, they are not winning. They're not covering any run lines either. They're back to losing ways, and I think the Mets here finding a little spot to get healthy here with this offense right now. Back-to-back wins here for the Mets, beating the Angels and then beating Colorado. And here in this one, I think they'll do it again because Colorado's been getting blowed out. Lost to the Mets 4-2 yesterday. Got swept by Atlanta. Outscored 28-13 in a 3-game series. Struggled against the Reds a little bit as well. So, it might look like an even matchup on paper. The Mets are 13-22. The Rockies are 14-22. But I want to take the Mets here, and I'm going to take them on the run line. Don't look at the run line stats because the Mets are 8-18 as a run line favorite, and the Rockies are 20-16 as a run line underdog. But I think we've kind of Rockies have kind of reached that point, unfortunately, right now. This one will be played at 9:20 Eastern and 6:20 Pacific time on a time change here in this one. Remember, these two teams will play again now here tomorrow in a day game. So maybe the weather. Let me look at it here. It was originally scheduled as a day game, as a getaway game, but I think now that they don't want to play 2 day games in a row, you can. I don't think it's to avoid any early weather. I think it's let's move this to a night game and get the crowd and get the good crowd there. Temperature. There is a chance this one. I know some of you guys. Someone's in Colorado in the chat, and they said possible snow today, but the forecast is pretty decent. Just cold. Temperatures here in the high 30s. Real cold in Colorado, apparently. Is that what you guys are showing in Colorado here anyway? Snow, it might be snowing right now, but I think it's supposed to clear up. And temperatures there, no doubt, getting colder. They should have played in the day. It's going to be cold tonight. So maybe there was something. Maybe maybe there is weather in the afternoon there. Peralta certainly has the edge on Lorenzen. 6.09 ERA, 1.77 WHIP for Lorenzen. Colorado's lost 5 straight. Give me the Mets on the run line. And let's see what the chat has to say here with this one. You've got, Razor says, look at oh my gosh. May is not the right time. Mayday. Mets, though, 2-13 and against NL. Well, they lose to everybody, right? Mets have gone under in 11 of their last 13 against Colorado. Wow, how about that for a head-to-head series stat in this one? And under here when these two teams meet here. Hey, I want to say hello to Zane Cole in the chat. Rockies are nothing. The Soto deal was a flop for the Mets. Oh, boy. Soto hitting leadoff here lately. Is he hitting leadoff again here today? We'll see. I think we got some lineups here. One more game here real quick. Then we'll get to the last game. Razor says, yeah, you think? Robert's on the under here. Dodgers and Astros. For the Dodgers, Ohtani, Freeman, Hernandez, Tucker, Muncy, Pajes, Rushing, Hee-Sung Kim, and Freeland. For the Astros, Matthews, Alvarez, Paredes, Walker, Smith, Cole, DeZenzo, Shoemake, and Salazar. Good lineup, Astros. All right. One more here. Did I say what I'm doing there? Yeah, we're on the Mets because we were on the Mets yesterday. We're not changing. Look, I would probably change the pick, or maybe I wouldn't change it, but I mean, reissue the pick if there was a pitching change. But we're getting the same matchup here. I don't want any confusion. And, I think the Mets cover it on I'm going to take the Mets on the run line still. Last game of the night, it is the Pirates on the road taking on the D-backs here with Paul Skeens going up here against Arizona. Now, we did say, look, Arizona did take some steam here this morning already. You see this line at 145 there? It's not 145. I'm showing the Pirates are all the way down to 125 here. So I'm not sure what the let me look at the injuries here real quick. I don't think it's injury related. Could be. Soroka's pretty good. I mean, decent numbers here so far for Soroka. Yeah, 4.7 ERA, but he's 4-1, 36 strikeouts. Whip isn't great. Skeens, I don't know what else I could tell you. I mean, Skeens here right now. We got the steam coming in right now across the board. You heard of the background. Let me get to this one real quick. We'll come right back. But the Sixers and the Knicks are moving much higher right now. We're starting to see 216, 217 right now. Steam to the over here with the Knicks and the Sixers. And again, if you're new to the show, I don't just come up here looking for clicks or, just trying to get your attention like I'm some soothsayer. But take a look at your lines right now. This one's on the move higher, no doubt about it. Looking at 216, 216 and a half, 217 at circa. Steam to the over here. I don't know if I agree with this, but the steam is coming in on the over right now. Market-wide, that's a coordinated move. Usually those are either personnel-related or syndicate moves, and they're going over here at 217. Wow. Let's get back to this one here, the final game of the show. And we got Pittsburgh here, winners of 3-4. Now, Arizona did win yesterday's game. Give them some credit here. 9-0. Shut them out. Pirates, yeah, they might be starting to struggle a little bit here. They're still 19-17, 13-8 is a favorite. Paul Skeens has actually gotten run support this season. Arizona's 10-6 at home, 9-13 as a dog. I kind of wanted to take Arizona, but I think the value might be out of the bag. So maybe we'll look to the total, but these two teams have been solid overs this year. Pittsburgh 20-15 to the over. Arizona 20-12 to the over. Once you get to the bullpen for Pittsburgh, it can be a problem. even though they've kind of picked it up for Skeens this year, unlike letting him down. I mean, he is 4-2 so far, so got to give him some credit here. This one's gonna be an under. Let me just take the under. The price is getting a little too out of control here. I want to take it. I kind of want to take Arizona, but seems like the value's gotten away from it. Skeens, 2.91 ERA, 0.82 whip, 39 Ks. Soroka, yeah, the numbers aren't great, but I like him on the surface here. Let's get the last plays from the chat, then wrap up the show. Here we go. Oh, we got Philly Eagle Flyer has Bayern Munich. I mean, look, this is going to be. We'll do a little preview here of the game here in just a moment. Thank you, Andrew. Pittsburgh. Let's see. Pittsburgh struggles at Arizona, no doubt about it. That's a Razor. That was part of my cap here, no doubt. And let's see. Any more? Arizona loves Wednesdays, says Razor. Terrell says Pittsburgh money line. You're not going to get. Here's the thing, right? You're not going to get Skeens usually at this type of a price there. I think that's what he's saying. Robert's going over, though, here in this one. All right, that's going to do it. I took the under. All right, thank you, everybody, for a great show here. And talked about there with the international soccer, card here today. Hey, with that matchup today between and the Champions League playoffs, PSG and Bayern Munich here certainly as the featured here with this one. And yeah, Bayern Munich favored here pretty much by a goal in this one right now. And again, just Bayern was on the ropes when they were trailing 5-2, but that late revival means they're in contention to reach another Champions League final. And look, maybe history might ride here with Bayern Munich a little bit, but they've won just really just one of their last 8 European ties overall. Lost that first leg by a single goal. So we'll see. We'll see if company can do it here. But look, they never lose here. And 23-5-1 in the last 29 or something like that. Losing just one game. So all right. Bayern has the head-to-head advantage, I think, even though they lost last week's game. And I think they've won 5 of the last 7 in the series and won the last 2 that they hosted against PSG. So should be a great game. Enjoy that game there. And should be a good one. All right. Let's see here. Anything else from the chat? I didn't do the drawing today. So in celebration of our new sports money network here, I invite everyone to go to winnable.com/Ramon. If you would like more picks from me, I'm going to offer everyone here a 1-week free subscription by using the promo code LIVE, LIVE. Usually I'm going to do a drawing every day and give out 1 month, but we're on the first week of the new Sports Money Network. So I'm going to go with giving 1 month away to 1 week away to everyone here. Use the promo code LIVE and get 1 week of the plays. Just see how it works when you go over to winnable.com. This is how you support me here on the channel. I know Razor, one day Razor's going to be paying me, but when we got the Sports Money Network, Razor and Mike going to be paying me big time. But until then, we're going to be, touting our plays a little bit. Go over to winnable.com/Ramon and check me out over there. When you go to it, you're going to see it look just like this. It's going to be right there. And you see my premium picks here with Sports Money Network. Might need a new logo, Mikey, if you're out there. But, you pick it up just like Apple Pay, Google Pay, $3 a day. Got $19.95 a month. And when you subscribe over at winnable.com, and then the plays come in, and it looks pretty cool. There you see the tennis here today, just like that. And I got the men's tennis here as well going off today. And so you check it out, and it even tells you if I win or lost. So there's that winner from Bit Capriva there today. It gives you a little win, shows that I won the play. And hey, you know what? If I lose, it shows you that too. Thanks for joining me here, everybody. Make sure you stay tuned to the Sports Money Network. Man, this is exciting, isn't it? It's almost like having a real sports betting network. That big sports betting network, the sinful one here in Las Vegas, they dropped their night show this week. They just flat out dropped it. They don't have a live companion show. They kind of ran a late show where the late games would be going, and the host would say, "Oh, it's a great game, and we're going to take the over," and they just canceled that. So you're going to want to be right here on this companion stream tonight with the guys. We're running companion streams every night pretty much here 7 days a week. We've got the show coming up in a half an hour with Mikey and Sharky. Then you've got here also pre-gaming. Don't forget our horse racing coverage, unprecedented horse racing coverage. Another shrewd move by Razor. TBG is going to go off the air here by next year, and you're going to be forced to look for options. Basically what you're going to end up doing if the horse racing fans are just watching individual tracks. There's still going to be some other shows out there for the tracks, and they might, but I blame FanDuel. I blame Flutter Incorporated. They came in here, bought TBG, thinking of it as inventory. They realized, you know what, this ain't going to work out. We're just going to close it down. TBG had been going for 40 years. Maybe not that long. 30 years at least, right? 35 years. I want to say 35 years. Just fine. Maybe they didn't make any money. Maybe, they used to pay for TBG with like 25 cents a bet. But, FanDuel comes in, buys it. And so you're going to want to go to these companion streams like we have here on the new Sports Money Network. With Razor, with Gilly, with Gas, great hosting there. And we had the great Kentucky Derby coverage over the weekend as well. So check us out here. Stay with us on the Sports Money Network. We're only growing here, the 16,000 subscribers, and you want to be a part of it here right now. So make sure you're tuning into all of our live streams here as well. That's going to do it. Thanks a lot, everybody. Really enjoyed this show today. It seems like it's getting more and more fun here on the new Sports Money Network. Really appreciate all the folks in the chat. Want to say hello to Cashman in the chat as well. He's ready to go to the track. I really thought sports betting could save horse racing. It just goes to show you what a cluster horse racing here. They laid it at their feet. So. All right. Yep. 30 years, right, Cashman? I can remember it. I used to get it off that big satellite dish even. Thanks a lot, you guys. Stay tuned here. 30 minutes for Mikey and Sharky, and it'll be a great sports betting day. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.